and welcome to Inside Edition to discuss national, regional, and international issues in depth. Established in 2009 by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Isa Award for Services to Humanity is granted every 2 years to either individuals or organizations who have been selected through a grueling process by an expert panel of jurists. The Isa Award for Services to Humanity is a tribute to the late outstanding leader, His Highness the late Emir of Bahrain, Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, who was a deeply compassionate man with a heart full of love, kindness, and loyalty. His great contributions to humanity and society inspire those who work for the benefit of humanity, regardless of race, color, or religion. The Isa Award recognizes the world changers among us who tirelessly service through acts of compassion and innovation, have helped in restoring faith in humanity and in producing a better world for succeeding generations. We will be speaking about this matter with Shura Council member Dr. Muhammad Al-Khuzai, who is the member of the Board of Trustees of the Isa Award for Services to Humanity. But first, this for more.
إنها البحرين، يوم 16 من شهر ديسمبر عام 1961، يوم تاريخي طوق فيه الشعب بمشاعر الحب والتأييد والفرح قصر القضيبية بالعاصمة المنامة، الذي تحتضن قاعته الكبرى حفل تنصيب الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان آل خليفة حاكما للبحرين.
أيها الحفل الكريم، حضرة صاحب العظمة الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان آل خليفة يلقي كلمة اعتلائه بلاد آبائه وأجداده.
أيها الحفل الكريم، إننا في هذه اللحظات ونحن نتوجه إليكم بأول خطاب بعد تولينا حكم البلاد، نرى أن ما يجب البدء به هو الإفصاح عما نحسه من شعور الامتنان لكم ولكافة أفراد شعبنا الوفي الكريم على ما أظهره من استبشار وغبطة بمناسبة اطلاعنا لمسؤولية الحكم. ونحن نبدي بأننا سنسعى ما وسعنا السعي لأن يكون عهدنا عهد رخاء وصفاء واستقرار وازدهار لهذه البلاد العزيزة في شتى الميادين.
منذ خطابه الأول إلى شعبه وفي مدى 38 عاماً من توليه مقاليد الحكم في البحرين، بلور الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان باقتدار وهمة وجلاء مفاصل سيرة شخصية متألقة لافتة وركائز مسيرة تاريخية بالطموحات والمشاريع والإنجازات زاخرة. على أرض البحرين وفي هذا البيت العربي العريق البسيط ولد الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان آل خليفة يوم 3 من شهر يونيو عام 1933. هو الابن البكر لوالده الشيخ سلمان بن حمد آل خليفة، الذي حكم البحرين من عام 1942 إلى عام 1961. تلقى تعليمه على أيدي كبار أساتذة التعليم في البحرين، وأجاد اللغة الإنجليزية التي درسها وتلقى أصولها في بريطانيا. شغف بقراءة كتب التاريخ والأدب ومطالعة الصحف والمجلات العربية والأجنبية وحضور مجالس جده ووالده كي يستمع إلى أحاديث الحاضرين من الساسة والأدباء ورجال الفكر، فنال من كل ذلك مستوى عاليا من العلوم والمعارف والثقافة العامة. عند منتصف القرن العشرين تقلد الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان العديد من المناصب والمسؤوليات التي من شأنها تهيئته وتعزيز قدراته كقائد مستقبلي للبلاد. حيث تم تعيينه عام 1953 في مجلس الوصاية، ثم رئيساً لمجلس العائلة الحاكمة ومجلس الري. عام 1952 عين رئيساً لبلدية العاصمة المنامة. في 5 يوليو عام 1957 عين ولياً للعهد، وكان عمره حينها 25 عاماً. فور توليه الحكم عام 1961 باشر الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان مهمة تنفيذ المشاريع المعنية بخدمة شعبه، موجهاً إلى أهمية البدء بتشييد المبنى الدائم لبلدية المنامة، والذي تولى افتتاحه عام 1962. ثم أبدى اهتماماً خاصاً بالتعليم عكسته توجيهاته بضرورة إنشاء المزيد من المدارس في أرجاء البحرين وتأسيس المعاهد والكليات والجامعات، متيحاً بذلك للتعليم العالي أن يتألق في البحرين منذ عام 1966. وقد تجلى حرصه البالغ بالتعليم في تبنيه مشروع عيد العلم الذي بدأ عام 1968 واحتضانه الاحتفال به سنوياً، كي يتولى شخصياً مهمة تكريم الخريجين والمتفوقين من طلبة العلم ومن رواد التعليم في البحرين. كان المجال الصحي والرعاية الصحية للمواطنين من أولوياته، فقد شهد عهده إنشاء كلية العلوم الصحية عام 1976 وإنجاز العديد من المشاريع والمرافق الصحية، أبرزها مركز السلمانية الطبي الذي تولى افتتاحه عام 1978، والمستشفى العسكري عام 1979، كما وجه إلى بناء مراكز صحية في مدن وقرى البحرين توفر الرعاية الصحية للمواطنين والمقيمين دون مقابل. وضع الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان في مقدمة مبادئه الإنسانية لإسعاد شعبه مبدأ أن يمتلك كل مواطن بيتاً خاصاً به وبأسرته، فعمل مبكراً على تحقيق المبدأ بوضع خطط لبناء مدن حديثة وتنفيذ مشاريع إسكانية في كافة مناطق البحرين، إضافة إلى وهبه الأراضي للمواطنين وتيسير تقديم القروض طويلة الأمد اللازمة للبناء. ويعد بناء مدينة عيسى أول مشروع إسكاني يقام في البحرين والمنطقة في عهده، فقد أمر بتخصيص الأرض لتشييد المدينة وتولى افتتاحها في 13 نوفمبر عام 1968.
إنه يوم افتتاح المدينة، صاحب العظمة يشرف مكان الاحتفال.
أعلن افتتاح مدينتكم داعيا الله تعالى أن يجعلها دار خير وبركة لساكنيها من أبناء شعبنا.
ثم قدم عظمته مفتاح المدينة إلى أول ساكن بها.
حقق الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان منجزات خالدة في تاريخ البحرين وذاكرة أهلها، ففي عهده استكملت البحرين استقلالها عام 1971 وأنجزت دستورها عام 1973 وتبوأت مكانتها بين دول الإقليم والعالم وعضوية الأمم المتحدة. في كل ذلك كان عيسى بن سلمان رجل العلاقات الدولية الطيبة الأصيلة الذي جسد بشخصه المتواضع والمحب بساطة بلده البحرين وطيبة أهلها، فأحبه كل من التقاه وعرفه أو سمع به. تميز حكمه وأسلوبه في القيادة باعتماده تلك المؤسسة الشهيرة التي كانت رديفاً نوعياً لكل مؤسسات الدولة، لكن بخلوها من البيروقراطية والرسمية، إنها مجلسه المفتوح كل صباح للجميع، والذي باستطاعة أي إنسان من المواطنين أو المقيمين أن يلتقي به فيه. فقد كان أميراً شعبياً قريباً من الناس، وقائداً منفتحاً على كل القوميات والثقافات والديانات التي تزخر بها البحرين. يستقبل الجميع ولا يخذل طالب حاجة أو يرد باحثاً عن حل لمشكلة أو مساعدة، ولا يفرق بين جميع الحاضرين في مذهب أو جنس أو عرق. تبنى ودعم فكرة مشروع أهلي بإقامة معرض سنوي خاص للحدائق والزهور ومنتجات البحرين الزراعية، واحتضن دورات افتتاحه كل عام. فقد كان سموه مولعا جدا بالطبيعة، وعاشقا للبيئة وللحياة الفطرية والبرية، ومتماهيا مع البحر والأرض والفضاءات المفتوحة، وهاويا ركوب الخيل، وملتزما بالمحافظة على عراقة سلالاتها في البحرين. لقد تجلت في شخصية عيسى بن سلمان أبعاد إنسانية لافتة، فعندما يتواجد حوله الأطفال صدفة أو في مناسبة أو استقبال تغمره السعادة والبهجة، وتجيش مشاعره حبا لهم وحنوا عليهم وتلطفا أبويا بهم. فقد كان أميرا نبيلا راكم تراثا من البشاشة وسعة الصدر والتواضع الصادق والحكمة، نبعت كلها من قلب كبير عرف حب الآخرين وحب فعل الخير لهم. يوم 6 من شهر مارس عام 1999، وإثر نوبة قلبية مفاجئة غيب الموت صاحب السمو الشيخ عيسى بن سلمان آل خليفة، فبكته البحرين وشعبها والمقيمون على أرضها. فلقد توفي الأمير الإنسان، توفي الرجل الذي كان نهرا من الحنان وبحرا من العطاء وقلبا مغرما بشعبه وبروعة الوطن. تكريما وتقديرا لهذه الشخصية المتميزة، وتخليدا ووفاء لهذا القائد الإنسان، وبرا بهذا الوالد المحب، بادر في عام 2009 ابنه جلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك مملكة البحرين بإنشاء جائزة عيسى لخدمة الإنسانية كجائزة عالمية تمنح كل سنتين لأفضل إنجاز يسهم في خدمة الإنسانية ويحقق النفع العام للبشرية.
Joining us in these studios, Dr. Mohammed Al-Khuzai, thank you very much for being with us today and answering some of our questions regarding this award. Doctor, let's start with you telling us, how did the idea for the Isa Award for Service to Humanity begin, and what makes it different from any other of the global humanitarian awards?
How it began is due to the very kind initiative of His Majesty the King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, to pay tribute to the late Emir, Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, may he rest in peace. This is actually to commemorate all his years of service to Bahrain and to humanity as well.
Yes. And when the initiative started of doing this award, was there a clear plan from the beginning, or does it take time to basically make the path for who will get the award and what the basically criteria is for the award?
There was a plan to start with. The plan was to set up a board of trustees to manage the award itself, and then to have a panel of judges who would look into all the nominations and candidates who are fit to receive this highly prestigious award.
Yes. The award, as many people might not know, is actually an international award. It is given to anybody around the world who meets the criteria after being judged by the jury. So what are the categories and the components of the award?
Well, as you rightly mentioned, it is an international award, and it is given to any person or institution worldwide. The categories, there are about 13 categories or more relating to human activity and services to humanity, like education, health, the climate change, human development, you name it, and it is there.
Yes. Now, we've seen also the winners of previously of the award. Some of them are individuals, and there were also organizations. But before we get to that point, when we look at the judging committee, the people that actually are judging these contenders or these basically volunteers, the judging committee selects nominees, and then they examine their contributions to humanity in different fields. What can you tell us about the fields that you mentioned, the 13 fields specifically? Which are the ones that you see have shown the most, people have shown the most interest for?
Perhaps alleviation of poverty is one. Disaster management is another. Health, and especially when it comes to children, is another. And these are the quite obvious aspects that the jury would have had looked into.
Yes. Now, when we talk about lifting the poverty of others and also health care, especially children, it's also very important to reflect that these are problems that face the whole world, not just a country in specific or a region in specific. The award last year actually went to a children's hospital who has done a lot in fighting illnesses, especially cancer and so on in children. So what can you tell us about what you would like to see improve when it comes to the health care aspect, or where you see, okay, there is room for improvement here?
There is always room for improvement in all aspects of life. But when it comes to health services, there are some diseases that are, I don't know how to put it, it's lived with humanity since time immemorial. So elevating these would require the efforts, scientific research, cooperation between nations. Because, as you know, one hand can never clap.
Yes, true. And that will need, of course, the sponsorship and the support of a lot of people and other organizations in these fields.
Absolutely.
Well, the three previous laureates of the award provided communities with great care and support. We talked a little bit about the organization. What can you tell us more about the other individuals that have won this award?
Those who have won, the first laureate was from Malaysia, Miss Jamila Mahmood, whose efforts in disaster management was so obvious that the first shortlist of candidates, she was on top of the list. So there was no way that she would not be awarded. And the second laureate was Dr. Ashyota Samanta from India, whose efforts also in elevating poverty is quite obvious worldwide, especially in the Indian subcontinent. And the third is a project known by 5757, which is really the address of the bank address of a hospital for children suffering from that the obvious disease, cancer. And they are doing really in Cairo a tremendous job, not only for Cairean children, but for the whole of Egypt and other parts as well of the world.
Well, all of these noble stances of the individuals and the organizations are important to mention. That's why we'd like to highlight some of them. Let's first talk about the first laureate of the award, who was Dr. Jamila Mahmoud, who is a Malaysian medical doctor and fellow of the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. She is also an outstanding teacher with a reservoir of knowledge and experience in coaching, teaching, and motivating people to give back to society. Dr. Jamila's contributions have been recognized both nationally and globally. She has received several awards. In 2013, Dr. Jamila became the first recipient of Bahrain's Isa Award for service to humanity for the efforts in disaster prevention and relief, education, community services, environment protection, climate change, and poverty alleviation.
I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I took a decision. Either I could be very successful in my career in the medical profession and I guess become very rich, or I could try to make a difference to humanity. I was watching television with my son, and I kept saying, well, I wanted to help in this disaster in North Korea and Bosnia and everything, and I never went. And I was actually sitting with him, and he was 5 years old, watching the news, and he just looked at me very innocently at 5, saying, but you're a doctor, why aren't you helping them? And that really, I said, he's absolutely right. This is something I've always wanted to do, and there's no excuse now for me.
Jamila was an emerging figure in the humanitarian world, having founded Mercy Malaysia, which turned out to be one of the most interesting non-governmental organizations, representing something that one really hadn't thought and understood sufficiently, and that is, how do NGOs outside the Western-dominated sector really cope? What can they do? What can they offer? And I certainly think that Jamila gave all of us a very clear insight into what that could be.
We work with local Masons, with the government agencies, with international organizations, with business sector, trying to tell them that, we need to think now that we're not going to rebuild risk. And that has been my mantra for the longest time, that it's not just about going in to give assistance, it's about making sure we leave communities stronger than they are, and that we need to build resilience.
Dr. Jamila stepped down as president of Mercy Malaysia after 10 years in 2009. She joined the UN for 2 years. She's now a visiting senior fellow at King's College, a senior fellow at Khazanah, Malaysia. She also is an advisory on several boards, nationally and internationally.
She's one of the warmest personalities I know. But in fact, she is also someone who represents and who lives humanitarian principles and humanitarian values.
I see her as one of those who has really lived our school motto, ad veritatem per caritatem, which means to truth through charity. And are very proud of the fact that one of our past pupils who has lived this most fully is Dr. Jamila Mahmoud.
It hasn't come without a price. I know how many birthdays I've missed and Eid celebrations, and you miss the years sometimes that your kids grow up and something like they're grown up in front of you, and I always say to them, I seek your forgiveness for that, but I hope you realize that, you have to share me with the many million children that don't have a mother to look out for them. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. And that's how I feel right now.
The second winner of and laureate of the award is Dr. Ashuta Samanta, is a man of 1,000 dreams with faith and beliefs strongly rooted on right efforts. He works for a genuinely worthy social cause, and success inevitable follows. He is the founder of the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences and Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology. His dream was to ensure that poverty would never pose a hindrance to anyone's education. Dr. Samanta's journey has been marked by strength and resilience as he established both the Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology and the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences on the bedrock of strong ethical values. In 2015, Dr. Ashuta Samanta was honored with the Isa Award for Service to Humanity for his relentless quest to help those languishing in abject poverty and for establishing a conglomeration of educational institutions.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, let my country awake.
The state of Odisha has a total number of 62 tribals, and purely in terms of percentage, the indigenous tribals form 24% of the entire state's population. Blessed with abundant natural resources, Odisha, like other states, is clearly on a march towards urbanization and industrialization, the old way of life giving way to the modern, and thereby boosting investments and enhancing the standard of life of citizens of the state.
Tribals are very peaceful people. They live with the nature. They live with the forest. They live with entire things, with the natural things. All these things are changing, and all these things are deteriorating very fast. And these tribals have no education, no amenities, no lifestyle, nothing else. When these problems are going on at the same time, industrialization takes place very fast, and people destroying particularly forests. So now their main challenge where they should go, how they will live, how they will have the decent life, when the rest of the world are trying for the decent life, and these peoples are going from bad to worse.
Wealth is concerned, those areas are rich, but the tribals are poor. And their major problem is education. and skill development, poverty. They are not the part of the mainstream of development of the state. Because of the historical reasons, they are far behind than the coastal people. But Dr. Samant, he brought those deprived section of the children from the poorer sections of the tribals to his institute, that Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences.
Dr. Achyuta Samanta has been at the forefront of one of the most unique initiatives formed to provide upliftment to the tribals and the economically downtrodden, tap into their potential and transform them into productive citizens. The Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences provides top-quality education for the tribals. It is a place where no expense has been spared in terms of equipment, facility and personnel. And the most amazing thing of all is that education is provided free. And it all began with an investment of just 5,000 rupees. Dr. Samanta's life is also clear evidence of how it only takes one person to change the world. One person to make an impact. One person to give a helping hand and to emerge as an agent of change. Dr. Samanta has been that person, and because he took that step, the lives of those around him have been changed for the better forever.
Such type of prestigious award would have been conferred on me. I am grateful to Almighty again, and I am grateful to the jury members and also the King and Prime Minister of Bahrain for considering my candidature. And this award is very prestigious, very good, because whatever awards I have got till today, it is the most prestigious and very preferred award. So definitely it will be within my heart till my death.
And as soon as 2017, the Isa Award for Services to Humanity was granted to the 57357 Hospital for treating children with cancer free of charge. 57357 Hospital is one of the true examples of the humanitarian projects and services, and it is deserved to be honored for the Isa Award for Service to Humanity, which is the ultimate example of what can be achieved when people work together for the common good. The hospital is a unique institution. It was built by donations and even today continues to operate and to be sustained through donations. Presently, after 10 years of operations, the hospital is recording a 72% average overall survival rate. It is more than a hospital, but stands as a leading example for healthcare, a change agent, and a comprehensive institution for fighting childhood cancer.
A new day dawns on a city that's as old as time. Cairo, a city that never sleeps but moves with its own rhythm and sets the pace for new adventures and new opportunities unfolding each and every day. The early morning rush to arrive somewhere and get things done is a fact of life in this city, and children too are caught in this adventure as each and every day they go to school, to prepare their place in Cairo's future and long-term growth. But for some children, the future won't be an easy destination. Cancer is one of the most dreaded diseases affecting children in Egypt, claiming lives of young children and robbing them of their future. And so for many children and their parents, the future is a matter of serious concern. It's a place they may not want to talk about, but one they cannot avoid. Statistics have their own story. Each day, 46 children are diagnosed with cancer, and 1 in 330 children are expected to develop cancer by the time they reach 18. In other words, the prognosis doesn't sound positive for 42% of Egypt's population who happen to be children. Dr. Sharif Abul-Nega, the CEO of Children's Cancer Foundation, has had first-hand experience on just how cruel the statistics can turn out to be. He felt so helpless and devastated that he even contemplated leaving medicine for good. The memory of that day in 1984 is still fresh in his mind.
At that time, all what we have, this was the largest pediatric oncology center in the service in the country, and it was 8 beds. There were 2 patients on the same bed with their mothers. They only used to give us 1 to 5 syringes per day. So I have to pick a patient with a syringe, and then I wash it with saline to pick the second patient. One day they phoned me that there is a patient who is severely ill. So I went at almost 4 o'clock, and I tried to do for her whatever I can do. The resources at that time was not so good. The problems at that time was primary health care. So the attention and focus was not the tertiary care of cancer. She died. And in 2 hours to 2 hours and a half, I lost 13 patients out of the 16 that I have. So I went downstairs and I decided to leave medicine. Because I was crying on the stairs of the National Cancer Institute, and I decided to leave medicine.
What could have been a terrible tragedy instead turned out to be the beginning of something really beautiful. The Children's Cancer Hospital, the largest hospital of its kind in the world, began to take shape as a response to that tragic event and received a major boost through the active participation of ordinary Egyptians. The hospital is unique in the entire Middle East and North African region. Even though it boasts state-of-the-art facilities, sophisticated equipment, and highly trained personnel, treatment here is completely free. And what's more interesting is that the initial donation for this project began with just 50 Egyptian pounds.
Came in my mind that somebody told me that Sheikh al-Sha'rawi used to have dinner every Tuesday at a nearby shish kebab restaurant called Abu Shar. I slipped into the room that they were meeting, a group of businessmen. I discussed with them the problem. So they told me that, okay, we are going to help you. I told them, I need your help as in-kind gifts, and I need it in a monthly pattern. At that time, I didn't study fundraising, or I didn't know anything about fundraising, but it seems that fundraising is in genes. And this is why I decided that to keep them tied to us in a monthly payment. We started the process, and you know what? Till today, this money was not cut.
The hospital's success can also be gauged by the survival rate of patients who come for treatment. Here in the hospital, there has been a progressive growth in the span of just 4 years. In 2011, it was 70%, and then in 2013, it touched 72%. And in 2015, the survival rate stood at 74.7%. Our eventual goal is to match the global survival rate of 80%.
We are improving our survival rate by doing a lot of things. We are improving our infrastructure in diagnostic tools. We are improving our treatment protocols. We are revising our protocols almost yearly for all the protocols dealing with children with cancer. We are improving our system. We are having all the data for all the patients in our Cerner system, which include all the patients' data. And we are doing research concerning Egyptian children with cancer and our children in the hospital with cancer. We are adopting the latest in the treatment protocols for the children.
The hospital's vision has been very clear, working towards a cancer-free childhood. But in actualizing this vision, the hospital has also demonstrated what can be achieved when a few individuals come together to do good, no matter what the odds may be. As such, the 2017 ESA Award for Service to Humanity goes to the Children's Cancer Hospital for their work in combating cancer among children and giving them a future they can cling to.
Regarding the ESA Award, it's not a new drug from our brothers in the Gulf area, and especially in Bahrain, because I just remember that when we started our first fundraising campaign outside Egypt, the first country that we went to was Bahrain. And we went and we did a very big event. I remember this event was one of the biggest events, and it was attended by Rajon, and this was the first big event, and we got also a very good amount of money at that time that helped us to grow and to support the beginning of the project. And now it's coming that such a very precious prize from a very great country and a great man.
The hospital remains one such example of the undying spirit of Cairo, demonstrating how in the midst of tragedy, there is hope for new life and new beginnings.
Welcome back. After seeing those videos, it makes one feel like they actually want to be a part of the journey that many of these people have been taking, not just the award. But the award itself has found more interest from around 97 countries. How do you value the increasing interest in applying to be the next laureate for this award?
Well, after 3 sessions and 3 laureates, the award itself has gained momentum, and it became very worldwide spread and known all over the world, to the point that we are getting so many applications with so many candidates applying for the next award.
When you have that many people applying for it, does it become more of a difficult task to judge them and to filter them out? And what is the criteria then? Who is the best one? How are they chosen?
Well, it's a difficult thing. First of all, the judging panel will have to make a short list of all the candidates and then try to filter those that they think deserve to be looked into and considered for the award. There are definitely a number of criteria based on their judgment.
Yes. The award inspires a lot of young people in different parts of the world to look for innovation or innovative ways to service humanity. But how does it cause them to actually think about that they want to change the community?
Well, I think this is one of the tasks of the organizers of the organization itself, headed by the Secretary General, to make wide world publicity about the award itself. It should be made well known in all 7 continents. And the fact that the judges come from the 7 continents and I may say 7 corners of the world makes it, an easy access to people to know about the award itself.
Yes. Well, Bahrain is not a country that is indifferent to other charity awards. Bahrain itself has several charity awards within the Bahraini community. They also award people individually from the community. But this one, or the Sheikh Isa Award, is different because it serves humanity, not just people here in Bahrain, but humanity worldwide, as you said. So how significant is that for people to actually understand that this award is given to the people that serve the whole world, not just their region or their areas?
The fact that it is, after all these years, it has gained recognition as a world award. It's I wouldn't put it in line with world famous awards, but definitely not only to this region but worldwide, the Isa Award is highly recognized everywhere, and so many people know about it.
Yes, that's beautiful. Now, what is the importance of spreading the culture of humanitarian work? I mean, winning an award like that also spreads the culture and spreads awareness about it. But how important is it in order to see more success stories, in order to see more people achieving good for the humanity?
Well, the human nature is built on kindness and good efforts by mankind. So one of the things that the laureates themselves have the responsibility of enlightening not only their fellow countrymen, but fellow human beings all over the world through their connections, because the laureates themselves are, internationally connected. Say they themselves spread the good word about the ISA reward for humanity.
Yes.
We are here to serve mankind as a whole.
Yeah, but also, spreading the word about causes, like for instance, the environmental cause, climate change, all these kind of things. Is that important to spread awareness about these causes in order to achieve more from the laureates or from people who are actually trying to be part of or going to the ISA award?
As a matter of fact, now the media is playing a greater role, in enlightening people to issues like climate change or global warming and all these things. And elevating poverty is perhaps, in addition to some of the illnesses and diseases, are the main causes of the instability of the whole world. See, and once I know the United Nations has an ambitious target to eliminate all these things.
Yes.
But I think it's the efforts of all nations, not a single nation or a single individual, will help in this.
True. Well, Doctor, can you tell us more about the main visions and proposals for the preparation for the fourth version of the award now?
The fourth version is not much different from all the others, bearing in mind the vision itself of the award itself, which is quite clear. The award is recognizing world changes amongst us. And through these changes, I think it is quite obvious that the next version will be administered as such.
Yes. Well, Dr. Mohammed, I know there was a lot of talk after the last award about the achievements and who is going to be next on the line to win the award and everything. Can you give us like a ballpark about what the initiatives are that are being looked at?
I think we are jumping to conclusions. I couldn't say much about this.
But there are a lot.
There are a lot, as I said. The interest is tremendous, as I earlier said, and all I can say, let's wait and see.
Beautiful, perfect. Dr. Mohammed, we've gotten to the end of our show. Is there anything that you would like to add at this point?
I would like, first of all, to thank you and thank Bahrain Television for hosting me to shed more lights on this highly prestigious award. And I must say that thanks and should go to the initiator of this award, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa.
Yes, thank you very much for being with us today and answering some of our questions. And we would also like to thank you for watching and see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.